Very good morning to all. I hope you are doing great. I'm also good. Very warm welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Dr. Reena and I'm so happy to have you here. In today's video, we are going to talk about this book, Atomic Habits. And the author of this book is James Clear. So let's understand this book with the help of a beautiful story. And this is the story of Rohan. Rohan was an aspiring entrepreneur with big dreams but struggled with procrastination and inconsistency. Every new year, he made grand resolution, waking up at 5 a.m., hitting the gym daily, reading a book every week. But by February, his motivation would fizzle out. One day, while scrolling through social media, he stumbled upon a quote from Atomic Habits by James Clear. You do not You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your system. This hit him hard. He realized his problem was not lack of motivation, it was lack of a proper system. Determined to change, he decided to apply the four laws of behavior change from Atomic Habits. First behavior he implement in his life, make it obvious. Second one is make it attractive. Third one is make it easy. Fourth one is make it satisfying. Okay, so let's understand how he implement these behavior in his life. Make it obvious, that means instead of saying I will wake up early, he set a specific habit. I will place my alarm across the room to force myself out of bed. He also laid out his workout clothes the night before to remove friction. Second habit he implement in his life, make it attractive. That means he paired his new habit with something enjoyable. He loved listening to podcasts. So he allowed himself to listen to his favorite one only while jogging. This made waking up early feel like a reward. Third thing he implement in his life, make it easy. Rather than starting with an hour long gym session, he committed to just 5 push-ups a daily. It felt too small to fail, but over time he naturally increased his workout duration. Make it satisfying. That means to track his progress, he used to calendar and put an X on each day he followed through. Seeing the change grew motivation him to keep going. He did not want to break the streak. Month passed. Rohan was not just waking up early, he was now working out daily, reading consistently, and feeling more energetic than ever. He built momentum, and small wins turned into life changing habit. A year later, he launched his own startup. Something he once thought was impossible. When asked about his secret to success, he smiled and said, I did not do anything extraordinary. I just got 1% better every day. So, this is the moral of the story. Small habits repeated consistently lead to remarkable result. You don't need a massive change, just teeny improvement daily. That is the power of atomic habits. So let's understand this book with the help of chapter wise summary. So in the chapter 1, author talk about this topic, surprising power of atomic habits. James Clear introduces the idea that small consistent improvement, that means 1% better each day, lead to remarkable result over time. He explains how habits compound just like financial investment, creating exponential growth in personal and professional life. And the impact of small habits basically change a lot. Tiny changes may seem insignificant at first, but their cumulative effect is powerful. Apart from that, author emphasizes that focusing on the process rather than goals ensures sustainable success. For example, the British cycling team transformed from average to world class by improving multiple small areas by 1%. The plateau of latent potential. Many give up on new habits because they don't see immediate result. Habits follow a pattern similar to ice melting. Nothing seems to happen until a critical threshold is reached. Apart from that, success is the result of previous effort accumulating over time. Basically, long term success is built on daily habits, not drastic overnight changes. The book focuses on how to build and sustain positive habits while eliminating negative ones. In the chapter second, the author talk about this topic, how your habits shape your identity and vice versa. That means identity based on habits. Clear argues, that means the author tells us about like key to lasting habit change is focusing on identity, not on outcomes. Instead of saying I want to lose weight, say I am a healthy person who exercises daily. Identity based habits create instinct motivation and long term commitment. These are the three layers of behavior change you can implement in your life. First one is outcome based change. That means focusing only on result like losing weight. And second one is process based change, focusing on the system such as exercising regularly. And third one is identity based change, focusing on who you become, like being a fit person. So you can implement any one of behavior out of three. First one is outcome based change, and second one is process based change, and third one is identity based change. Okay, so basically building identity with evidence. Every action is a vote for the person you wish to become. Small wins reinforce the identity you are trying to build. For example, a person who reads one page a day builds the identity of a reader. Okay, so come to the conclusion of chapter second. True habit changes start with changing how you see yourself. Instead of setting goals, focus on becoming the type of person who naturally exhibit desired habit. In the chapter third, the author talk about this topic, how to build better habits in four simple steps. The habit loop. Author explains the four-step pattern that all habits follow. First one is cue, craving, response, reward. Cue, that means trigger that initiates behavior, and craving, that means desire or motivation for the behavior. Response, that means action taken to satisfy the craving. In case of reward, that means the positive reinforcement that increases repetition. So these are the four laws of behavior change. To create good habits and break bad ones, follow these principles. First one is make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, make it satisfying. Make it obvious, that means enhance cues for good habits, reduce cues for bad ones. And make it attractive, that means associate habits with something enjoyable. Make it easy, that means the reduce friction small and start with the small. Make it satisfying, that means reward yourself for completing a habit. For example, forming a reading habit. What is the cue? Place a book on your pillow. And craving, that means desire to relax and learn. Response, that means read one page. Reward, that means sense of progress and relaxation. So in that way you can form a reading habit. And in the similar way, you can develop any habit in your life. So come to the conclusion of third chapter. Basically, understanding the habit loop allows us to design better routines and eliminate bad ones. The four laws serve as a framework for habit formation. In the chapter 4th, the author basically talk about this topic, the man who did not look right, the power of awareness. That means the author shares a story about the nurse who diagnosed a life threatening condition because of years of pattern recognition. This demonstrates how habits operate subconsciously and shape decision making. How to recognize your habits? We often don't realize our own habit, good or bad. Using a habit scorecard, writing down daily habits increases awareness. And the role of environment, that means the environment strongly influences habit. For example, if you want to drink more water, place a bottle within sight. And come to the conclusion of this chapter. First step to change is becoming aware of current behavior, and by structuring the environment effectively, habits become easier to form or break. In the chapter 5, the author basically talk about this topic, best way to start a new habit, implementations, intentions. People often fail to build habit because they are vague about their intentions. The formula for success, I will add in the location. Okay, so I will, that means your behavior, check your behavior. At time, that means we are talking about time. In, that means location. Okay, for example, I will meditate for 5 minutes at 7 a.m. in my bedroom. Okay, so you can write down all habits in the same format. Okay, I will, and you add what kind of things that you do, what kind of activity you want to implement, like exercise. So replace with meditation with exercise. And for time, you can mention according to your, okay, according to your need. Like I am mentioning here 5 minutes, so you can mention 10 minutes, 1 hour. At 7 a.m., that means you can mention at 11 a.m. in my bedroom, in library, you can say. Okay, so in that way you can form a habit, and you can manage your habit. Next is habit stacking, that means pairing a new habit within an existing one increases success. For example, after I brush my teeth, I will do 5 push-ups. This method leverages existing routine to make new habit effortless. And the role of environment, that means the design your surrounding to encourage good habits and discourage bad ones. For example, if you want to eat healthy, keep fruits visible on the kitchen counter. So come to the conclusion of this chapter is, clarity and structure are key to successfully adopting habit. Using habit stacking and environment design makes new behavior more automatic. Come to the chapter 6, where basically author talk about this topic, motivation is overrated, environment often matters more. That means influence of environment. Human behavior is largely shaped by the environment. Small environmental changes make habits easier or harder. So, designing your space for success. For example, keeping a guitar in the middle of the living room makes it easier to practice. Making bad habits harder, like keeping junk food out of reach, reduces their likelihood. And the context dependent nature of habits, that means the habit are linked to the environment in which they occur. For example, people associate certain behavior with specific locations, like craving coffee in the office. So come to the conclusion of chapter 6. The environment plays a crucial role in shaping habit. Modifying surrounding can make good habit inevitable and bad habits harder. Come to the chapter 7th. where the basically author talk about this topic, the secret of self control. That means removing temptations. Self control is easier when temptation are removed rather than resisted. For example, if you struggle with social media, deleting app reduces the temptation. How to make bad habit invisible? That means the avoid cues that trigger bad habits. For example, if you want to stop eating sweet, don't keep them in the house. Come to the conclusion of this chapter. Willpower alone is unreliable. Unstructuring the environment is less effective, and restructuring the environment is more effective. And also, eliminating the cues reduces the effort needed to break bad habit. Come to the chapter 8, where author basically talk about this topic, how to make a habit irresistible, and the role of dopamine. Habits from due to the brain dopamine driven reward system. Making habits more attractive increases the likelihood of sticking to them. Temptation bundling. Pairing a habit with something enjoyable, increasing motivation. For example, watching Netflix only while running on a treadmill. Come to the conclusion of this chapter. Dopamine makes habit attractive. Temptation building or bundling enhances the habit formation. Come to the chapter 9, where the basically author talk about the role of family and friends in shaping your habit, and how social influence the on habits. We adopt behavior based on our social circle, and surrounding ourselves with people who have desired habit make it easier to develop them. Come to the chapter 10, where basically author talk about this topic, how to find and fix the causes of your bad habits. That means reversing negative behaviors. Identify root causes of bad habit and modify triggers. If stress lead to unhealthy eating, address the stress rather than eating. Come to the chapter 11, where the basically author talk about this topic, walk slowly but never backward. The power of consistency. Slow steady progress is better than friction, and missing a habit once is not failure, but matter is long term persistence. So come to the conclusion of this book, the power of small habits. Basically, the author conclude atomic habits by reinforcing the idea that success is not the result of one time transformation, but rather the cumulative effect of small consistent habits. Every choice we make, no matter how small, contribute to the person we become. And these are the key takeaways from this book. First, we have the identity over outcomes. That means that instead of focusing on goal, focus on becoming the kind of person who naturally exhibit the habit required to achieve them. And the second thing is the four laws of behavioral change. By making habit obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying, we increase the chances of long-term habit formation. Thirdly, environment matters more than willpower. That means designing our surrounding to support good habits and eliminate cues for bad habit is more effective than relying on motivation. And the fourth takeaway is continuous improvement and patience. That means the result take time and habit compound over month and years. Consistency is the key of success. Never miss twice. Everyone slips up occasionally, but getting back on track quickly prevent minor lapses from becoming permanent failure. So this is the final thought of this book is building good habits and breaking bad ones is a lifelong process. Small daily improvement may seem insignificant, but over time they create remarkable result. By focusing identity based habits, structuring the environment wisely, and embracing the power of teeny changes, anyone can transform their life and achieve lasting success. So this is all about for the today's video. Thank you so much. If you like this video, then do like and subscribe my channel, Have a nice day. Take care. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep signing. Bye bye. Take care.